headlines across the papers, and in the second half of the show, we will pick up some interesting stories for in-depth analysis. We start off immediately from the front page of the Guardian newspaper, and it lays with the story: Tinubu approves $20,000 medical allowance, other perks for retiring military chiefs and generals. And MDA defends spending on NAS as January ending for budget approval. And Lassa fever, NCDC experts raise alarm, advocate prevention, early treatment. And still on the front page of the Guardian newspaper, 2024 year of attack on free speech, assault on journalists globally. That's from the Guardian newspaper. And Lagos moves against mass promotion of students. Ikeja Electric decries rising vandalism, prosecutes 2 for energy theft. Culprits of Ibadan stampede must face trial. Makinde vows. And telecoms tariff hike will stifle freedom of expression. Orewa warns. And Lagos Assembly okays 3.4 trillion naira budget for 2025. Assisting with the Guardian newspaper, EFCC dismisses 27 for fraud, misconduct. And Fair Babalola okays 77,000 naira minimum wage for abroad workers. And police nab FCT public property vandals, go after buyers of stolen items. And police probe gas explosion in Rivers State. And for some foreign stories here, 4 years on, Biden implores Americans to never forget the Capitol riot. And the Global Globes and others. Troops arrest oil thieves. Destroy illegal refinery sites in Niger Delta. And police nab suspected cop killer, apprehend child trafficking syndicate. Police investigate alleged assault on lady in Rivers. And Sokoto SSG loses data, 3 grandchildren, and house help to fire incident. And the Rivers explosion, local government chair bans gas refuel stations in residential areas. An AP chieftain for others killed in Ondo called war. And we move on to the Tribune newspaper now. My life, family under threat for criticizing Tinubu's government. That's from Peter Obi. Okay, EFCC sacks 27 officers over fraudulent activities, misconduct. And Ibadan stampede, Queen Naomi, and others must face trial, Governor Makinde. And Governors Forum Council meeting 4 times, tax reform chair revealed. And we move on to Daily Trust newspaper now. Nigeria screens air travelers as HMPV spreads to more countries. JAM remits over 6 billion naira to federal government. And EFCC sacks 27 officers over fraud. And Buhari condoles Labour Minister over mother's death. And bandits kingpin imposes 100 million naira levies. Okay. Disengaged staff sue CBN, demands compensation. And what are we doing to prevent outbreak of new virus detected in China? Okay, the FG is saying what we are doing to prevent outbreak of new virus detected in China. All right, we move on to the Vanguard newspaper. And thousands face life-threatening ailments from lead poison. And the court grants 10 million naira bail to lady detained for threatening Tinubu's son and IGP. And still staying with the Guardian newspaper, EFCC fires 27 officers over alleged fraud. And Sokoto pledges aid for victims of Kara Market Inferno. We move on to the Sun newspaper. Military troops raid Bello Turji's camp in Zamfara. And budget Senate to suspend plenary for 2 weeks. And we also have the JAM story. JAM remits 6 billion naira to federal government coffers from 2024 UTME. The Nation newspaper is next, and Senate House begin work on 49.7 trillion naira 2025 budget estimate. And Lagos pays 443 million naira death benefit to relatives of workers. And on the China virus, NCDC reactivates COVID-19 protocols. And troops ISWAP in bloody Borno battle. And we move on to the Punch newspaper. 33 ex-workers sue CBN over sacking, demands 30 billion naira. And Trump proposes US-Canada merger as Prime Minister resigns. Earthquake kills 53 in China's Tibet region. And South Korea plans arrest of impeached president. And the Leadership newspaper leads with the story, growing concerns over quality of private schools. And 2 killed, 2 injured in Abuja school explosion. And we move on to penpushing.com. Anthony Joshua Flunt's family floods social media with photographs of visit to Nigeria. And Cash Madam, Nigeria's famous socialite, buried in private residence. And still staying with penpushing.com, explosion rocks Islamic school in Abuja. And for more of those stories, you can check out penpushing.com, which is a source of authentic news globally. And we'll take a short break now. When we return, in-house analyst is on standby to help us navigate some of the stories we shall pick in the course of the program. It's still Newspaper Review and Citizen 93.7 FM here in Abuja. Please don't go away. We will be back in a moment.
Hello, Abu.